I don't know how to start this without sounding absolutely insane, but I need to say it. My sister Olivia is a thief. Not the steal your sweater and pretend she doesn't have it kind of thief. No, Olivia is the kind of thief who will take something precious from you, smile in your face, and then gaslight you into thinking it was never yours to begin with. This has been going on since we were kids. When I was 5, my parents got me a shiny pink bike for my birthday. The next day Olivia, who already had her own bike, decided that mine was cooler. By the end of the week, it was suddenly her bike, and I was left riding her old rusted one. I remember crying to my mom, who sighed like she had better things to do. Emma, let your sister have it. She's older. You'll get another one. When I was 8, I won a school writing contest. My teacher gave me a little medal and a certificate, and I was so proud. The next day, Olivia took both to school and told everyone she had won. When I confronted her, she just smirked. You're too young to even appreciate it, she said, stuffing the medal into her backpack. At 12, I made the mistake of telling Olivia I had a crush on Liam Parker from math class. 1 week later, they were dating. As much as middle schoolers could date. When I called her out, she blinked at me innocently. I can't help it if he likes me more, she said with a shrug. I learned after that to keep my important things hidden. But you can't exactly lock away an idea, can you? And that's where the real nightmare begins. I'm 26 now. I worked my ass off through college, earned my MBA, and finally had an idea I was excited about. A personalized planning service that helps busy people organize their lives with custom tools, AI-assisted scheduling. Basically, a way to make chaos manageable. I spent months refining the plan, working with a friend to build a prototype. It was mine. And then like an idiot I told my family about it. It was during Sunday dinner, our parents chatting about retirement, Olivia fake laughing at Dad's dumb jokes. I was so proud, so excited, and I let my guard down. I have something huge in the works, I announced, unable to hide my grin. I'm launching my own business. Mom's fork paused midair. Dad barely looked up from his phone. Olivia? Olivia leaned forward, suddenly very interested. Oh wow, I'm a business, she cooed. That's amazing. Tell me everything. I should have seen the warning signs right there. Olivia doesn't do support. She steals. But I was caught up in the moment. I talked about the business, the research I'd done, the prototype we were developing. Olivia nodded along, her eyes wide, throwing in the occasional wow. And that's so cool. Then she started asking questions. How does it work exactly? What kind of data does it collect? Have you thought about how to get funding? I was thrilled. For the first time in my life, Olivia seemed genuinely interested in something I was doing. Or at least that's what I thought. I had no idea that I had just handed her everything she needed to steal my dream. A few weeks later I was sitting at my desk, buried in work, when my phone buzzed. It was a message from my best friend Callie. OMG. Emma. Check Olivia's Instagram. Now. My stomach twisted. I clicked on Olivia's profile. And there it was. A big splashy post announcing her new business venture. The name was different but the concept? Identical. The AI planning system. The custom scheduling tools. The exact things I had spent months developing. No. I scrolled through the pictures. Olivia standing in a sleek office. Olivia holding a coffee cup with her company's logo. Olivia at a launch party. I couldn't breathe. She stole it. She freaking stole your idea. I called Olivia. She didn't answer. I called again. Nothing. Finally she texted back. Ugh, I'm so busy right now. Can we talk later? Face blowing a kiss. I felt sick. I wasn't just being paranoid. She had done it. She had actually done it. But the worst part? I was nowhere near prepared for just how deep her betrayal went. Because Olivia hadn't just stolen my business idea. She had funded it, with our parents' retirement savings. And that's when everything really went to hell. I don't even know how to process this. I feel like I'm living in some kind of twisted alternate reality where my worst nightmare keeps getting worse. I knew Olivia was a snake. I knew she had a history of taking things from me. But this is beyond anything I ever imagined. I tried calling her again. And again. And again. She ignored every single call. By the time I got to my parents' house, my hands were shaking with rage. The second I stepped inside, I heard laughter coming from the dining room. There she was, sitting at the table with Mom and Dad, drinking wine like she hadn't just stabbed me in the back. Emma! Hey! Olivia beamed at me like I hadn't been blowing up her phone for the last 2 hours. What's up? I saw red. What's up? Are you actually serious right now? She blinked at me, all fake innocence. Yeah? You're acting kinda crazy. Crazy. I slammed my phone onto the table, her Instagram post still open on the screen. You stole my business, Olivia. She sighed, picking up her wine glass like this was all some minor inconvenience. Oh my God, Emma, no one stole anything. She rolled her eyes. Ideas aren't like owned. It's called entrepreneurship. If you didn't want competition, maybe you should have moved faster. I thought I was going to throw up. You literally took everything. I hissed. You even copied the software layout. I spent months developing this and you just... My voice cracked. You stole it. Dad cleared his throat. Emma, calm down. It's not like Olivia did anything wrong. I turned to him, stunned. Not wrong? Are you kidding me? She took my work, my idea, and then I noticed it. The way my mom wouldn't meet my eyes. The way Olivia suddenly looked too pleased with herself. The way my dad, who never got involved in girl drama, was suddenly defending her. A sick feeling crawled up my spine. I took a slow, shaky breath. How did you even afford to launch this so fast? I asked. You didn't have the money for something like this. For the first time, Olivia hesitated. Just a flicker of something in her expression. And that's when my mom said the words that destroyed me. Sweetheart, she said, her voice soft, placating. We gave her the money. Silence. I felt like I had just been slapped. You what? It was an investment, Dad chimed in like that made it better. Olivia came to us with a great plan and we thought, well, she has more business experience than you, so it just made sense. My head snapped toward Olivia. You have more experience than me? I repeated. She smirked. You're book smart, Em, she said, swirling her wine. But you've never run anything. You're all theory, no practice. You needed way more time to get it right. And Mom and Dad didn't want to waste money on something that might not even work. I literally couldn't breathe. Waste money. My voice came out hollow. How much? No one answered. I swallowed hard. How much did you give her? Dad finally sighed, rubbing his temple. Most of our savings. I staggered back. Most of their savings. The money they had spent their whole lives putting away for retirement. The money they were supposed to live off when they stopped working. The money they had always said was untouchable for anyone. But not for Olivia. Never for Olivia. I could barely think. You gave her your retirement money? My voice shook. For a business she stole? Emma. Mom started reaching for my hand. I jerked away like I'd been burned. I pitched this business to you. I whispered, my throat tightening. I told you about it first. And you didn't believe in me. But Olivia waltzes in, takes my idea, and suddenly you're cutting her a blank check. Sweetheart, it's not like that, Mom insisted. But it was like that. It had always been like that. And Olivia? She just sat there sipping her wine, enjoying this. You'll be fine, Em, she said breezily. I mean, look at me. My business is taking off. You should be happy for me. Something inside me snapped. I took one last look at my parents, their guilty, regretful expressions, then at Olivia, who was still gloating. I turned and walked out. As I got into my car, my phone buzzed. A message from Olivia. No hard feelings, sis. Business is business. Face blowing a kiss. I stared at the screen, my heart hammering. She thought she had one. But what she didn't know. I wasn't done yet. I drove home in silence that night, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. My mind kept replaying the conversation. Olivia's smug face, my parents' betrayal, the absolute gall of it all. She stole my business. She stole my future. And somehow she was the one being rewarded for it. Because Olivia didn't just launch a business. She launched a phenomenon. Within weeks, articles were popping up about her. Brilliant young entrepreneur disrupts the planning industry. The woman revolutionizing productivity. Meet the visionary behind the next billion-dollar startup. Everywhere I turned, there she was. Smiling in magazine spreads, shaking hands with investors, appearing on freaking morning talk shows like she had built this from the ground up. She hadn't. I had. And the worst part? My parents worshipped her for it. She's really making a name for herself, Mom gushed one night over the phone. Like I hadn't been completely erased from my own idea. I stared at the wall, my blood boiling. You do realize that should have been me, right? Mom hesitated. Well, honey, sometimes things just happen. You can't let this hold you back forever. Hold me back. I hung up before I said something I couldn't take back. I wasn't just angry. I was drowning. I had nothing. No investors, no savings, no prototype. Olivia had locked me out of the platform I built with my friend, which of course my parents funded her to improve. Meanwhile, Olivia was soaring. She was making money, getting deals, signing contracts. And then one night I saw something that sent me into a spiral. It was an article. Olivia Carter, the genius behind the AI-powered planning platform, credits her family's unwavering support for her success. I couldn't have done it without them, she says. They believed in me when no one else did. Believed in her. Like I hadn't been standing right there. I closed my laptop, my vision blurry. I let myself feel it, the rage, the hurt, the absolute betrayal, and then I made a decision. I wasn't going to get back what was stolen. No. I was going to build something better. I threw myself into work. If Olivia wanted my idea so badly, fine. She could have it. Because I was going to beat her at her own game. I started developing something new. A next-level version of my original concept, but smarter, more advanced. Instead of just a planning tool, it would be an integrated wellness technology platform, tracking productivity, mental health, and lifestyle patterns. I worked around the clock, barely sleeping. But unlike before, I wasn't just creating. I was strategizing. Olivia had made one mistake. She thought she had one. She wasn't even looking in my direction anymore. Which meant she wasn't watching what was happening behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, her business was cracking. I started seeing it in customer complaints. People were posting on forums about glitches, missing features, terrible customer service. Some said the system was freezing their schedules. Others said they lost their entire data histories overnight. I saw another post that made me pause. I signed up for Olivia Carter's platform and it's honestly a mess. Feels like it was rushed to market before it was ready. Nothing works properly, and I'm stuck in an expensive subscription I can't cancel. A rushed product. That's when it hit me. She never finished developing it. She took my idea, ran with it, and launched it too soon, probably to beat me to the punch. And now she was scrambling to keep it together. I started digging deeper. And what I found was even worse than I thought. Olivia wasn't just cutting corners, she was lying. Her company's entire image was built on false promises. She was exaggerating numbers, fabricating success stories, and overpromising to investors. And then came the moment I knew she was screwed. Because while Olivia was riding high, she was also bleeding money. Her investors were expecting results, and she wasn't delivering. The cracks were getting bigger. And I was waiting for them to break wide open. I knew Olivia's downfall was coming. It was like watching a train barreling toward a broken bridge, inevitable, unstoppable. But I didn't expect it to happen so fast. For months her company had been riding on momentum alone. Flashy marketing, media hype, and the illusion of success. But behind the scenes, the foundation was rotting. It started with glitches, then cancellations, then angry investors demanding answers, and then the lawsuits. One evening, I got a text from my friend Callie, the one who had first alerted me to Olivia's betrayal. Check Twitter. It's happening. I didn't even need to ask what she meant. I opened the app and there it was. Hashtag Olivia Carter scandal trending. News was breaking that Olivia's company had misrepresented their technology to investors. One of her biggest clients, a major corporation that had integrated her platform into their scheduling system, had lost weeks of crucial data due to a technical failure. Their CEO had released a public statement, calling Olivia's company a fraudulent enterprise. Her investors were panicking. Customers were demanding refunds. And Olivia was silent. The next day, a leaked report hit the internet. An internal memo from one of Olivia's lead developers. This system was never ready for launch. We raised concerns repeatedly, but management ignored us, prioritizing speed over functionality. I warned Olivia Carter personally that launching this product in its current state would lead to catastrophic failures. There it was. Proof that she had knowingly rushed a broken product to market. I stared at the screen, my heart pounding. I thought I'd feel satisfied. But instead, I felt something else. Because Olivia wasn't just failing. She was dragging our parents down with her. I got the call that evening. Mom's voice was shaky. "Emma, we need to talk." I almost laughed. Now she wanted to talk? But when I heard the absolute panic in her voice, I knew something was very, very wrong. "What happened?" I asked, even though I already knew. "It's Olivia," she whispered. "Her company, everything, it's falling apart. And your father and we're in trouble." A heavy weight settled in my chest. I already knew what she was about to say. They had invested everything into Olivia's business. And now, they had nothing. "Our savings," Mom's voice broke. "It's gone, Emma. We lost everything." I closed my eyes. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to scream, "You did this to yourselves." But mostly, I just felt tired. 2 days later, the final bomb dropped. A whistleblower from inside Olivia's company came forward with proof that she had falsified financial records to keep investors happy. She had lied about revenue. She had forged customer data to make the company seem bigger than it was. And worst of all, she had misused investor funds, which meant real actual criminal fraud. I got another text from Callie. "Holy shit. Olivia just got arrested." I felt the air leave my lungs. I opened the news. There she was in handcuffs being led into a police car. Fraud. Financial misconduct. Wire fraud. I read the charges, my heart hammering. Olivia, my sister, was facing prison time. That night, my parents showed up at my apartment. Their eyes were red. Their faces hollow with regret. "Emma," Mom started, her voice thick. "We need your help." I stared at them. These were the same people who had laughed at me when I told them Olivia stole my idea. The same people who had funded her business while leaving me with nothing. And now, they were begging. I took a slow breath. I wasn't cruel. I wouldn't let them starve. But help? Not the way they wanted. "I'll help you," I said. "But on my terms." Mom swallowed. "What do you mean?" I looked her dead in the eye. "I'll cover your basic expenses. Rent, bills, food. That's it." I crossed my arms. "But if you take a single dime and try to use it to help Olivia, you're on your own." Dad flinched. "Emma, she's a criminal," I said, my voice sharp. "She made her choices. And now she's paying for them." Mom's chin trembled. But I was done. Olivia had stolen from me. Now she had lost everything. And for the first time in my life, I was finally free. Olivia was in prison. My parents were financially ruined. And me? I was finally winning. But somehow, instead of feeling victorious, I just felt exhausted. The day after Olivia's arrest, I found myself staring at my laptop, unable to focus. My inbox was overflowing. Investors, business partners, and media outlets wanting to talk to me. I should have felt excited. This was my moment. But instead, all I could think about was my mother's tear-streaked face from the night before. "We need your help." I had given her my terms. Rent, bills, food. Nothing more. She had nodded. But I could see the desperation in her eyes, the unspoken expectation that I would eventually forgive and fix everything. But I wouldn't. Not this time. Because if Olivia had taught me anything, it was that people only regret betrayal when it backfires. And I wasn't about to clean up their mess. A week later, I got an unexpected call. A collect call. From Olivia. I stared at my phone, my stomach twisting. She had never called me first in her life. But curiosity got the better of me. I answered. "Emma." Her voice was small, completely devoid of her usual arrogance. I leaned against the counter. "Olivia." A pause. Then, "I need you to help me." I let out a slow breath. "Let me guess, you want me to lie for you?" "They're saying I committed fraud," she rushed out. "But, you know I didn't." I laughed. Actually laughed. "Are you serious?" I snapped. "Olivia, you forged financial documents. You lied to investors. You stole millions." "I was trying to save the business," she argued. "You don't get it." "Oh, I get it," I said coldly. You were fine with screwing me over. Fine with ruining our parents. Fine with lying to the entire world. But now that you're facing actual consequences, you suddenly want my help. Silence. Then in a small broken voice, Emma, I'm scared. For a moment, just a moment, I felt a twinge of something close to pity. But then I remembered everything she had done. She wasn't scared when she stole my company. She wasn't scared when she took our parents' money. She wasn't scared when she was living in luxury off my work. She was only scared now because she was alone. And she wanted me to save her. No, Olivia, I said quietly. I'm not lying for you. I'm not fixing this for you. Emma. I hung up. And for the first time in my life, I felt free. While Olivia was fighting for her freedom, my company was thriving. The wellness platform I had been developing, investors were lining up to fund it. Turns out people loved the idea of a planning system that actually worked, one that didn't crash, steal their data, or scam them with fake results. I was meeting with real ethical investors, the kind who didn't fall for glitz and empty promises. And unlike Olivia, I wasn't lying about what I could deliver. 3 months later, we secured a 7-figure investment. My company was taking off. And Olivia? She was going to trial. The night before Olivia's sentencing, I got a text from Mom. Emma, can we talk? Please. I ignored it. Then Dad called. I almost let it go to voicemail. But for some reason I answered. Emma, he said immediately, his voice strained. It's your mother. She's struggling. I didn't respond. She wants to see you, he continued. She thinks you might. Might what? I interrupted. Fix this? Save Olivia? Give you money? He sighed. Emma, she's still your sister. I felt a sharp, bitter laugh rise in my throat. No, Dad, I said. She stopped being my sister the moment you both chose her over me. Emma. I exhaled. I told you I'd help you. And I have. I've been covering your rent, your bills. But I will not have anything to do with Olivia ever again. Silence. Then quietly. She's all alone. I closed my eyes. So was I. And I hung up. Olivia was sentenced to 4 years in prison for fraud and financial misconduct. My parents? They were forced to adjust to their new reality. One where they had to live within their means. And me? I had built something of my own. Something Olivia couldn't steal. Something that actually helped people. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't looking over my shoulder. I wasn't waiting for Olivia to take from me. Because she couldn't. Not anymore. I thought Olivia was gone for good. For 4 years my life had been peaceful. My company had thrived, expanding globally. I built a team of people who actually believed in the product. We won awards for innovation. Investors kept pouring in. I had everything I worked for. And then she got out. The first sign that Olivia was back came in the form of a news article. I was sitting in my office when Callie sent me a link. Callie, oh my God. Look at this. I clicked. Exclusive. Olivia Carter breaks her silence on her wrongful conviction. I stared at the headline, my pulse spiking. Wrongful conviction? I scrolled, skimming the interview. There she was, Olivia, fresh out of prison, looking somehow polished and tragic at the same time. I trusted the wrong people, she said, her voice breaking. I was young. I made mistakes. But I never meant to hurt anyone. Do you feel responsible for what happened? The interviewer asked. Olivia's lips trembled. I feel betrayed. People I love turned their backs on me. My own sister. She trailed off, blinking back tears. My stomach dropped. She wasn't just playing the victim. She was setting me up as the villain. Over the next few weeks, Olivia went on a full-blown media tour. She cried on talk shows. She posted long, dramatic captions about forgiveness and redemption. She wrote a blog series about how prison changed her. And the worst part? People were eating it up. I started getting hate messages. Random user, wow. Can't believe you let your sister RT in prison while you got rich off her idea. Another one, you're a monster. Family is family. I clenched my jaw, scrolling through the flood of messages. She was rewriting history. One morning I walked into my office and found a legal envelope waiting on my desk. A lawsuit. From Olivia. I skimmed the claim, my vision blurring with rage. She was accusing me of stealing her business concept. She wanted damages. She wanted a stake in my company. She wanted to drain me dry. Callie stormed into my office moments later. Tell me you're not letting this get to you. I exhaled slowly. I have to handle this carefully. She's a con artist, Callie snapped. She doesn't deserve to be handled carefully. She was right. But Olivia was dangerous when cornered. And I had to end this the right way. Olivia had forgotten one thing. I had documented everything. The stolen prototype. The fake investor numbers. The emails where she admitted to lying about the software. I had proof. So I used it. I countersued. Then I did something Olivia never saw coming. I released everything to the press. The real numbers. The real fraud. The receipts showing that she had stolen my business, my work, my entire life. And just like that, her redemption arc crumbled. Her lawsuit was dismissed. She lost everything. No more media sympathy. No more gullible investors. No more playing the victim. And me? I went back to my life. Back to my business. Back to a world where Olivia Carter was just a bad memory. The last time I heard about her, she had left the country, trying to start over somewhere new. Good. She could stay gone. Because this time, she wasn't coming back. It's over. For real this time. Olivia is gone. Her smear campaign failed. Her lawsuit dismissed. Her reputation permanently shattered. And me? I won. But if you think this story ends with me feeling victorious, you'd be wrong. Because after everything, after years of being betrayed, stolen from, lied to, I don't feel triumphant. I just feel done. My company is thriving. The wellness platform I built? It's now a global success. We're expanding into international markets, partnering with major organizations, and helping people in ways Olivia's stolen version never could. And for the first time, it's mine. No one can take it from me. Not Olivia. Not my parents. No one. Speaking of my parents, I wish I could say they finally learned their lesson. But they didn't. Even after Olivia destroyed their finances, humiliated them, and nearly dragged them into legal trouble, they still couldn't completely let her go. Oh, they don't talk about her much. But when they do, it's always the same excuse. She's still family. I don't argue anymore. I just nod. Because I know the truth. Family isn't about blood. It's about who you can trust. And I can't trust them. A few weeks after she lost the lawsuit, I got an email. From Olivia. I almost deleted it without reading. But curiosity got the best of me. It was short. You win. I hope you're happy. Goodbye, Emma. That was it. No apology. No remorse. Just Olivia, playing the victim until the very end. I didn't respond. Later, I heard she had moved out of the country. Somewhere far away where people didn't know who she was. She'll probably try to reinvent herself. Find new people to fool. But this time, I won't be one of them. Olivia didn't just steal my business. She stole my trust. My belief that family meant loyalty. My ability to assume the people closest to me would protect me instead of betray me. And that loss hurts more than anything. But here's the thing about betrayal. It doesn't break you. It remakes you. And I'm stronger now. I built something real. I built something unstoppable. And Olivia? She's nothing but a cautionary tale. A warning of what happens when you try to win by stealing instead of creating. Because dreams don't die when someone steals them. They just evolve into something even greater. And that's exactly what I did. I evolved. I survived. And finally, I'm free.